Let me introduce our first guest for today. The powerful Ann Tomlinson joins us on the Girlfriend Hour couch next. After decades working in the rail and construction industry, she finally plucked up the nerve to launch her own training and compliance company in 2021 called Alium Works. Ann is a force. She has managed to endure years of bias, discrimination and intimidation working in a male-dominated industry. She's found ways to not only overcome, but thrive and dominate in this space out on her own. I think we can all take a few notes from Ann's experience and apply it to many facets of our experiences. Please help me welcome to the Girlfriend Hour couch, Ann Tomlinson.
Hi,
Welcome.
everybody. Hi.
Thanks for joining us in my lounge room.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
And I'm going to just jump in straight off the bat. I'd like to ask you about your experience around imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I think sometime in our life we all go through imposter syndrome, but for me it was, being new to a country, an industry and a new organization, and you look around you and everybody's got about 20 years of experience on you. So you become very unkind to yourself because you're asking yourself these questions. Am I good enough? Am I going to fit in? Are they going to like me? Am I making the best decisions, not the right decisions, because you're still learning, right? So what happens in your mind is that this healthy nervousness that is supposed to be part of our life cycle becomes unhealthy. And this is when we start putting on unnecessary pressure on ourselves. But this happens to everybody. So for me, it was about, it took a long time to understand what imposter syndrome was, but it took a longer time to really change the language around it as well. So now I really sort of do a deep dive in the environment, because if you peel back the layers of imposter syndrome, it's really the sexism, the ageism, the racism, and the classism that really puts that pressure on individuals in any environment. So now I look at the environment that I operate in before I start delving inside and being unkind to myself. That's how I deal with imposter syndrome now. But it's taken 20 years to get there.
Oh. It's not an easy process, and I don't know if other people have experienced it, and it's an ongoing journey, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
And you talk a lot about analysis paralysis. Tell us more about that.
We get to a point in our careers where we just analyze everything to the point that we become crippling. We collect a mountain of data and we don't know what to do with it. So as a result, we paralyze that analytical part of our brain, So then we start procrastinating. So we don't make decisions. But what I've learned over the years was a quick aim is a good game, So I created a decision-making framework that was almost based on a staircase, quick decisions, small decisions. And what happens is that you build up this confidence and you build up this cadence of confidence as well, which leads to making decisions quicker. So we're not sitting there around for weeks making simple decisions. We get on with it. We fail fast, we get up, we reset, deploy, rinse and repeat.
I love that. I love that. Everyone take note of what she just said. That is so powerful. And we spoke on another show around failing forward. And it's just so important. I don't believe there are any failures. I just believe there's a life full of lessons. And as long as we learn from them and don't do them again, you talk about some network of advisors around you. Tell us more about who they are and how important that is to your journey.
Yeah, look, in any industry, it can become quite insular if you surround yourself with the same people all the time. So for me, diversifying was a key to the success of my business and personal growth as well. So as an example, by having mentors in the financial space, I learned to know my numbers in my business. I didn't know anything about numbers prior to that. But also working with business owners in the education space, we've set up a registered training organization as a result, and business is good because of that diversification and learning as well.
You're in a very male-dominated industry. How have the men in the industry responded to your success?
Look, you're always going to have the naysayers. Who cares? Nobody's got time for that, and type of thing. But
can we put that on a cup? Ain't nobody got time for that.
And overall, I think they have now become advocates for us as well. So I have people coming up to me all the time now saying, "Hey, I've been watching you for a couple of years. I just love what you're doing. How can we help?"
Wow.
So we've created this movement by default. So whether it's male or female, it doesn't matter. We definitely have a strong support network now.
That's brilliant. And I love that you said that, because I think the societal labels that are placed on us over the years, the mumpreneur, the mum in business, the man, why? You're a human, you're doing something great, doesn't matter. And it doesn't. You're doing a great job in a male-dominated industry, but you're shifting that. What's one thing you do for yourself to help you feel empowered? Because in that environment, we had a talk earlier around, the languaging that's used in the construction. You're doing really well, by the way. She hasn't dropped any of those little words today so far.
There's still time, Shar.
There's still time. Yeah. There is still time. However, what's one thing that you do to stay in your zone as a female in that dominated industry?
I just own my space, and I create space for other women as well. I think it's really important that when you reach a certain milestone in your career or your business, that you look back and you extend a hand for women behind you as well, because it is hard to get to the top.
Say that again. Tell us more about that. That is so important.
Now, look, I think more my own experience was there wasn't anybody that was paving the way for me. I sort of had to do it on my own. But why? Why do that to other individuals if you can extend that help?
Yes, definitely. Oh, I love that so much.
And you wear a good sports bra. That's how you dominate it.
Wear a good sports bra. Note to self, if I ever go in the construction industry, I'll hook you up and find out which brand. What are some of your daily rituals and habits that you practice religiously?
Look, I'm a simple person. I get up earlier than the rest of my family, have a cup of tea, and just sort of plan my day ahead. I don't think there's any special science to it. I certainly don't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I have cold immersive showers. That's a bit hectic.
Yeah, no, I'm not into that either. No. Hot water all the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Who has been your hero and why?
I've had so many people influence me right across my my career, but Ruby, she's probably better known as the first Black American child that 1960, and you actually have to go watch the movie and listen to her story, but throughout growing up, she finished high school, she desegregated an elementary, all-white elementary school, but she just stood there with so much poise and so much courage, and she completely changed the history of America right now. But throughout, she's now started a foundation as well, and her message is so clear that racism starts with parents. Don't use your children as the weapon, and it's such a powerful message to share with society.
Gosh, that's brilliant. I need to watch that now. And as it's a girlfriend hour, Anne, tell us what your girlfriend's been to you as we wrap up.
Oh, they definitely the cornerstone and my support network. And I think some of my friends are really good at calling me out on my BS. And
that's a true girlfriend, isn't it?
No, absolutely. And I think you do need that person in your life that's going to check in on you and say, hey, I think you need to rethink the direction that you're going in.
Oh, they're nice. Some of my girlfriends say way worse, but please don't go anywhere. We've got more questions for you.
Are you loving the Girlfriend Hour so far? We hope you've been inspired by the wonderful women you've seen sharing their stories. Do you have an inspiring story of your own to share? We're looking for magic just like yours. Be featured in Feminescence magazine and start your own exciting media journey. Join many other fabulous women who've been profiled in Feminescence magazine. Unlock access to an international audience, propel your career and expand your network. Make today the day you back yourself. What are you waiting for? Visit feminescence.com.au to find out more.